Okay, so this question comes from Avi. I'm aiming to get admission in a BCSE program by the end of December this year, and I've already started to code in C. I know your thoughts about PHP, but was choosing C a dumb idea? So I essentially get this type of question a lot where people ask me, Eli, what is the best programming language? And this is one of those questions that no matter what I answer, there will be a whole bunch of people out there calling me a complete and utter idiot. I know people that say PHP is the best language. I know people that say C# is the best language. I know people that say Ruby on Rails is the best language. I know that people say JavaScript is the best language. I know people that say Java is the best language. And it goes on and on. C++, the whole 9 yards. So the thing is, when it comes to what programming language should you learn, what is the best one for you to learn, what I say, my main argument is you should learn the programming language that you feel that you can use to build something, right? So the reason that I say PHP is not because PHP is some amazing, wonderful programming language. I say PHP is a good programming language because a lot of things have already been programmed in it, so you can go in, and once you learn PHP, you can go in and you can fiddle with the code and you can see how things work, right? So the big thing with learning programming, what I feel is that really in order to learn programming, the most important thing is that you maintain motivation. If you are excited, if you are happy, if you are energized, if you wake up in the morning and you want to learn more about the programming language, you will be more successful at it, right? Obviously. So the way that you get geeks motivated about anything is you allow them to build stuff, right? So again, like I say, that's why PHP I think is a good programming language. Swift is a good programming language. You can do iOS apps. Basically anything that you can go and you can build stuff with, I would argue. Now, when you're saying just plain old C, as a complete noob, is not what I would pick. Can I tell you that? It's not what I would pick. Again, whether you say PHP, you can do Java or C# or something else. Plain old C is not what I would pick, but I am sure there are a lot of people out there that would call me a dummy and say that C is fine, right? So basically, a lot of the methodology that's used in C programming is used in other programming languages, so by no means is learning C bad. By no means is learning C bad. My only question is, what are you going to be doing with it so that you can build things, so you can maintain motivation, and you can be all excited at the end of the day, right? So that's my thought there. Learning C is absolutely and utterly not a dumb idea. I would question whether it is the best idea, but again, I'm me, you're you, and we all got to figure out what we consider best. So there's no what is there? What downside is there to learning any programming language, right? I mean, you could go out there and learn COBOL. There's no downside to learning COBOL. You know what I'm saying? So I would say if you're happy with it, if you're comfortable with it, if you're excited, if you wake up in the morning and you just want to create a C function, then keep learning C. If, on the other hand, you get a couple weeks into this and you're like, I don't really like programming in C. Don't take that as a sign that you don't like programming. It is, again, maybe you're not building things that you find interesting, and therefore you're losing your motivation, it's going downhill, and therefore you may want to go out and find a different programming language. So that is my thought there. Again, for anybody, I say PHP. I think it's a good default. I think it's a good place to start. But again, in this whole what is best, that's an argument for somebody else.